Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, literally whatever time you're watching this. Today is, I think today is Saturday. Today is July the 12th, I want to say. What's up, guys? I hope that everybody is having a amazing, legendary, peaceful, relaxing day, morning, evening, night. I think I already said that. Y'all hit this like button too fast. I meant to put my little scarfy scarf on. But yeah, I hope that everybody is doing cool today. I wanted to come and do some tarot for you guys. The downloads started to kind of drop in, like the title of like the message kind of started to drop in as I was making the title, because I realized I didn't want to just keep the titles as like, hey, BLegendBotanica's going live. So what I am getting from the downloads that were coming in is that Spirit wants us to talk about surviving the tower moments today. Specifically the tower moments that are brought in to elevate you, right? So that's why we're also going to talk about symptoms of elevation, right? Because a lot of times we can start to feel symptoms of elevation or symptoms of success, and we mistake it for like the tower moments where we feel like we might have did something wrong, and you're trying to figure out what in the fuck. Okay, so let's go ahead and pray. Groma hestiaba yegati tandia habatune nebita begati yoshiawalake. Thank you to all of our benevolent ancestors and our entire divine spirit team for bringing us here together for this collective reading. I pray that the reading is clear, is effective. May the legends get everything that they need out of the reading in order to continue to elevate themselves and to see their path as being already illuminated, as they continue to walk in their lightness and shine light on their darkness, right? I love y'all. Okay, we don't shy away from our shadows over here. We love every part of us: the shadow, the ego, the inner child, the inner teen, the inner demon, the inner angel. We love all of them, okay? So this was the very last card to pop out, but as I was talking about the multi-dimensional self, spirit, well, the first card that popped out was number one. We have Nana Baluku. This is the card of seasons. Okay, when we think about seasons, we think about cycles and we think about changes. We also think about transformation, right? Seasons can bring different phases of birth or development, and then death, or like destruction, or I want to say like desolation, or just a capacity to rebuild, right? When you destroy, now there's a capacity to make something brand new. However, seasons was reversed, which lets me know that spirit wants you to acknowledge the fact that you are in a seasonal point in your life right now. So whatever you're going through, whatever you're feeling, what's up chat, what's up guys, whatever you're going through or feeling right now is absolutely going to be temporary, especially for you, because for you, spirit is saying this is what's coming. Okay, so we have brazen. This is card number 17, numerology of 8, right? We know that the number 8 is always talking about like moving on, change, transformation, right? Literally on point with what we're talking about. And what spirit is saying here is to notice the choices, the bold, the confident choices that you are making on a day-to-day basis in order to get closer to this lifestyle that you are actively bringing towards you, right? With your choices. But this is, notice what she's doing though. She's literally like basking in everything that she's built. Literally. Like, it's beautiful. She's like, la 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 la. She's just like literally basking in her wealth, right? So brazen is not only about making those really hard choices, but it's also about basking in the lightness that these choices leave you with, right? Because a lot of times the hard choices, yes, they can bring like grief. They can bring some processing that we have to do with our emotions. But along the same lines, if you're making good decisions and you're actively clearing out things that need to be removed so that you have a more open capacity for the things that you actually want, well, the weight of that is going to be extremely light. Okay, we already know this. We already know this. The very next card to come out was Celestial Alignment. Okay, this is card number 41 with a numerology of 5. Now, when we think about fives, we think about groups. I always usually often think about conflict, because where there is more than one group, there's more than one opinion, there's more than one way, and more than likely people are going to be like, it doesn't always have to be like contentious conflict. Sometimes it can be like, I want to say like, I don't know a word for it, but you guys know like positive stress. You know, we can put positive stress on the body, like working out, things like that. So this is giving more so relationships that are going to challenge you, call out your shadow, show you your mirror, but they're going to challenge you to be your best self. Okay, these are relationships that are meant for you, that are actually going to push you closer to making even more decisions that are going to bring your desired reality straight to your front door before you even realize that you do anything, right? Because the only thing that you're doing is just cultivating a different, like a different culmination of patterns at the end of the day. And really, you're not even, you're kind of doing the same things, you're just doing it in different ways. Okay, what's up, chat? You guys are active today. Oh, you guys are all over the world. Shout out England and Buffalo. I was just talking about how I wanted to go to Texas too. What's up, guys? I hope everybody is having a great day. All right. And then we have card number 33. So yesterday, threes was really a thing. I spoke about how I don't really remember, but I know I spoke about how I think I said somebody's birthday might have been in March, but what I didn't say yesterday, and I'm glad this came back up, was that the number 3 always, almost always, has to do with groups, collaboration, teamwork, right? Team building, working in collaboration for a specific goal, a shared goal at that, right? Because if there's not a shared goal, that's not true collaboration. That's just everybody yapping. Like too many leaders, not enough like people to lead. Okay, but we have card number 333 with Mama Mame Kumba Bang. Okay, and this is the card of speaking up. So spirit is saying that in this during these tower moments, right, when you are in the presence of people who are positively challenging you or negatively challenge you, because we know that we are going to experience both, right? In these tower moments, it's extremely important for you to not lose your voice, right? Or for you to not surpass, like, don't sweep your voice under the rug. Don't think that your voice doesn't matter. Don't think none of that. Like, don't think that people are absolutely going to listen. If you speak up, people are going to listen to you. But it's imperative for you to, I heard spirit say, get this practice in, because there's going to be a time actually in your new timeline, this life, this dream, this success, the wealth, the abundance that you are actively calling into you, right? What's coming into you, you're going to need to speak up. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to have to speak up in times of conflict, but this does mean that you're actively going to, for some of you guys, you're going to be like business owners, or you're going to be leading companies, you're going to be leading like these groundbreaking things. So your voice is going to be necessary, and you are going to have like other people on the sidelines giving you opinions, giving you this, giving you that. But at the end of the day, your voice is the prominent voice that needs to stand. And no matter what else anybody else has to say, what you say needs to be, I'm not going to say like you're always right, but what you say, that kind of needs to be like, I'm not going to say law, but it's like, you know, just make sure that you're not losing your voice at the end of the day through these tower moments, because a lot of times with the tower moments, um it makes us want to shy away from, feeling like exposed. Maybe we have the right things to say, but we don't necessarily feel like we're in the right energy to say it. But spirit is saying, regardless of all of that, let spirit work out I heard let spirit work out the logistics, and you just do the action. You do the action, let spirit work out the logistics. If you are concerned about, I'm hearing that this is like a current problem. If you're concerned about the way that people are taking things that you say, Maybe you might be a tarot reader. You might like work in HR or just working with the general public, right? You might have to somebody has to give feedback to a manager or feedback to people that are you they might be in higher positions than you, maybe in another field, but it's like a power struggle there. Spirit is saying this is going to be very important for you to learn to be confident in yourself no matter who's around, no matter who is in the room, because nobody is judging you like you. People are actually listening to your input and they want to hear what you have to say because they feel like your word is extremely valuable. So value the things that you have to say. I feel like I kind of got off topic, but value the things that you have to say more, because even the people that you feel like are in like higher positions than you, they value what you say. Y'all hear that? That's confirmation. They value what you say, okay? All right, let's get a little bit more into the tarot. What are y'all talking about in the chat? I want to like keep popping back into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Definitely free Palestine, definitely free Sudan. I don't know if this is necessarily okay to say on YouTube, but I don't think, I mean, if we want a PC, like, free all of the countries that are being raped by the world powers right now, literally. Kroma yesta batianda hafatu. Deshi habiaga. What else does the collective need to know in order to survive these tower moments? Remembering our tools, remembering our lightness, remembering our spirit team, remembering our friends and family that are there for us. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Spirit said. But, yeah. Okay, so heavy is the head that wears the crown, but Spirit said, but you can make your crown lighter. I'm going to sit with that for a minute. We have card number 18 with Capri. This is a card of change, okay, with the numerology of 9. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, but you can make the crown lighter. They're talking about perfection. Like, this is about like perfectionism. So Spirit is saying, for some of you guys, one thing that might be holding you back is your like dire need to make everything aesthetically pleasing. Can somebody shut the mirror off? That's me. It's okay. It's okay. That's why I'm reading for you guys. Like, it's okay to be seen. It's okay to be seen in phases of your life that you think aren't necessarily aesthetically pleasing. Um, this is the way that we remind people that it's okay to be human, that it's okay to be, quote unquote, no, like what is normal. We don't even really know or understand what normal is anymore because the vast majority of us have had our heads in social media, fantasy, and AI for almost our entire lives. Y'all see this fly around me? I want to call it devil energy, but it's not devil energy. Just don't let malevolent energy make you think that everything has to be like perfect or ideal. Because at the end of the day, even the things that we look at online, when they seem perfect and ideal, I guarantee you, if you were to go and look at what was behind that camera, I guarantee you it would be a whole different story. And you guys know this. And I know that it's like, I know it's just hard to integrate. Well, Spirit is helping you to actively integrate the things that you know, right? So just keep saying it to yourself, even though it doesn't necessarily like feel like it's true. Just keep saying it, like, I don't have to be perfect to be effective. you know i don't have to I don't have to be wearing like 1,000 jewels to get my message across. I don't have to wear like a pound. I don't have to spend an hour in the morning doing my makeup to make people feel like they favor me, or to make them think that they, want to talk to me, to make them see me as somebody worthy, basically. So spirit is saying, you don't you're almost in a position where it's like a flock of birds just flew past. You're in a position right now where you almost feel like you have to prove yourself to earn somebody or something's love, attention, their respect, or like props. That's respect in a way, right? Their validation. But spirit is saying that's not necessary, because the people that you're looking for that from, they're not even doing that for themselves. They don't validate themselves. They don't think that they're worthy. It might not come off like that to you. They might really come off as like a high value person. The way that they move, the way that you see them move, the way that they allow you to see them move, it comes off as they're a high value person. Spirit is saying a lot of that is narcissistic tendencies, um without emotional without emotional intellectualism, without emotional intellect, right? Because if you're able to integrate everything that you're talking about, you wouldn't you wouldn't be in a position to even be making people feel like that. You would speak life into people, okay? So spirit is saying be careful about that perfectionism. This is not beneficial, and it's not real. It's not a real thing. And the people that you are looking to give you this validation, or to give you this, like, whatever you're looking for, um you're not gonna get it. And spirit is saying, like, you're not gonna get it in the ways that's gonna necessarily feel fulfilling to you. You might get it in like spurts and moments, but it's not gonna come with a foundation that's stable, okay? The only stability that the only like stable foundation for that you're gonna find, honestly, that true validation, that's gonna come from the inside. That's gonna come from your own spiritual work. That's gonna come from shadow work. But not only just shadow work, it's gonna come from just your own spiritual healing, going through your own practices, right? Picking up your craft, like how we talked about yesterday, picking up your craft and actually being able to flip through the different chapters of you being in your craft and saying, like, oh, I achieved here, like, oh, I improved here, right? And that's gonna, like, phase back. I heard, like, tap down. It's gonna, like, phase back your perfectionism too, because you're gonna notice that there's a process, and in the process there was probably a lot of good. There's probably a lot of things that you want to develop, but it'll be hard to find something that's perfect, because at the end of the day, perfection is not real. Like, I think spirit just wants to really drive that home for somebody. Like, the image that you're looking for is not, that's not, it's not a realistic, like, thing. um Now, that's not to say that, of course, like, your dreams, your success, your wealth, your abundance is not real, but I think sometimes, we get a little bit confused with, like, the movies, and everything has a cost, okay? That's spirit is just, everything has a cost. So that's not even to say that, like, the things that we see on TV and in the movies aren't real. It's real, but everything has a cost. So spirit is almost just, it's like the things that you're asking for, you might be getting upset constantly because you're asking for, like, this perfect vision, or this, like, ideal thing, and spirit is like, you're not weighing the realistic cost of that. If you were to realistically acquire that, there is a very heavy cost for that, okay? And you already have a crown. That's why spirit said heavy is the head that wears the crown. And I had a picture in my head of, like, a golden crown with jewels, like, embedded all in the crown. So you're already royalty, right? It's just about looking around and actually being able to see the things that you have around you as abundance, because it is. At the end of the day, it's abundance. And if you really pay attention, you'll see just how perfect everything that you have is. And honestly, spirit is saying, once you get to a point where you are accepting what you have without asking for more, you're being grateful for what you have. That's not to say that you don't deserve more and you shouldn't ask for more, but that's saying, it's something about feeling like you need something in order to be happy, or you need something in order to do this. And Spirit is saying that's just not the case, because what you feel like you need, you already have it. And the other supplemental things that you feel like you need, it's not really a realistic way to get you there on the path of lightness. Like, that's not on this path. If you want to see that path, I'm pretty sure you could go over there and visit. But I'm just saying, Spirit is saying, like, the grass is not greener. So they're asking you to take a minute to notice the perfection that's around you, to express some gratefulness, to step back away from the perfectionism. Those goals never end, because once you surpass one goal, it's like, okay, now I need this. Then you hit that, then it's like, okay, now I need this. Then you get it, then it's like, okay, now I need this. And Spirit is saying, okay, let's just like relax for a minute. Let's take a breather. You have a lot. You have a golden crown that's bedazzled. Like, what more do you want from me? No, I'm kidding. But Spirit is just saying, like, but seriously though, like, notice how much success you've already cultivated around you. And even that, just to tie it back into the whole tower moment thing, even that in itself is going to remind you how, even though these tower moments are coming, these tower moments are meant for your elevation, sweetie. These is not no regular towers. These is not no London bridges falling down. There's no Pisa here. Like, there's none of that. Well, Pisa is very stable, but y'all get the reference. Like, the reference y'all understand what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm yapping now. Spirit is asking you to notice what's around you, okay? See the perfection in those things, and that is going to bring your tower to a swifter close than what you even expect, right? We talked about yesterday how, life is it's not really, it's not linear. You can swing either way, right? But you're definitely starting to find your balance, your middle path, right? That grounding, to where the swings are a lot more, I'm not going to say consistent, but they're not like throwing you for a loop. They're not throwing you to freaking Pluto and Mars. You might get thrown to the park next across the street. No, I'm kidding. I mean, you might get thrown to the park across the street, but you won't get thrown out of the loop. Do you know what I'm saying? All right. When I feel like I'm yapping, y'all, sometimes I feel like I just need to hop off. I feel like that's my sign to hop off. I'm gonna go through the chat one more time. I love you guys. I really do hope that everybody has had a great day so far. I really do. I am gonna hop off though. I just got off of work, so it's been a long day. I like this being consistent thing, and I also like being authentic. So I hope that you guys have been vibing with me. It seems like you guys have been vibing with me, and I've been vibing with you too. I just love this, like, this legendary journey that we're on, that I'm on, and that you're on. Honestly, because I know all of our journeys are a little bit different, but they're all still connected in the one. So I'm just appreciative that so many people are still here, tapped into Legend Gang. And I'm appreciative to still be here, to be able to read for you guys, because this is really an amazing collective. Like, a really amazing, like resilient, I don't even know a better word, like resounding maybe. Like, you guys are amazing. Like, really, heavy is the head that wears the crown, but please know, you deserve a lighter crown. You really do, okay? So snip to all of that perfection, okay? Pick up your tools, pick up your crafts. We gonna make this tower moment a little bit shorter and a lot easier, okay? And the way that we're gonna do that, we're gonna believe in ourselves. We're gonna communicate to our spirit teams. We're gonna talk to our friends and family. You guys can also reach out to me. You guys can always DM me. If you need anything, if you need like a personal reading, if you want to book a Reiki session, always can definitely hit us up in the DMs, on Instagram, on TikTok, literally anytime. I'm also working on making a booking website again, so that can be a little bit more easier for you guys to book an appointment when you need to. But other than that, oh, one more thing, where I'm still going to start the Patreon back up when we get to 555 followers or subscribers. But shout out to the 241 that are here. Y'all, the number be going up and down, but I don't care because the real legends is gonna stick around. At the end of the day, I love you guys. I love you guys to the moon, to Saturn, to Mars, to Pluto, to Venus, to Mercury, and back. I love you guys so much. All right, peace. See you in the next video.